What's up, guys? It's your boy Kool-Aid-Man100X. How you guys doing? We are going to be working on how to make a hipster Eclipse background using Eclipse circles and custom backgrounds. So all you need is two pictures, which will be the hipster girl and the fall background. You can use any type of model that you want. All the tools I'm going to be using is within Photoshop, so you don't have to worry about downloading brushes or nothing like that. So take a look. This is the hipster background. So we're going to be using the feature called Camera Raw, which gives you that real crisp feel, and you can definitely see the trees separated and see them fade in the background, which you can't see here, but you can actually see the trees a little bit more in depth here. And also you can see the eclipse fade and different type of fade in the lines too. So we're going to work on that. We're going to work on the eclipse circles, which will be here when you take the camera off today. Just regular eclipse circles. And also we're going to work on the lines, which will be the dotted lines too with inside the circle, and making it mix with it. And we just throw the picture in the middle and nothing in between, and we add an HD setting to our background to give that good polished look when you use the camera raw filter. When you use the camera raw, you can definitely bring out the trees and the depth of the trees. So let's get started. First thing we're gonna do is, you can definitely I can use this layer. Well, I'm gonna start from the beginning so you guys can get a good feel of it. So we're gonna go to File, we're gonna go to New, and wait for that to load. And we're gonna use, well, you can go to Film and Video, and you can use HDTV 1080p, which would be 920 by 1080p pixels. You can use that type of, and just press Create. Now we have a good background. You want to unlock the layer. Now after you've done that, you just want to use your two pictures here. And first thing we're going to do is bring our fog background in, and we're going to unlock the layer. We're going to carry the layer over to our main comp here. Now you can, but what I like to do, you can bounding box it, but I don't like those white edges. So what I like to do is right click and convert to smart object, hold our shift tool, and just move it out and try to center it and make sure your snaps is on. So after you've done that, just click on it in place, and you want to right click, rasterize, and you want to go to your Eclipse tool, press enter, and it will enter, so you don't have to have those white edges anymore. As you press the Eclipse button, you don't have those white edges anymore. So that is a good thing. So the first thing we want to do is add our Eclipse. Very easy to do. Want to add your Eclipse here, which would be the Eclipse tool here. And you want to make sure it's on shape, not path or pixel. Just make sure it's on shape. And you want to put your resolution on, I would say white. Do this in various ways. And you want to just take the stroke off, because we're going to be coming back to that stroke later. So the first thing you want to do is you can add your Eclipse regularly if you want. It's up to you. It's up to you. It makes a separate layer by itself. So what you want to do is make a nice Eclipse circle, and nice and broad. We'll say right about there. You got a nice white Eclipse, and you want to move it over. Move it over about the middle. We'll say the middle, like around here. That'd be cool. And you want to add another Eclipse. You want to copy. You can either Control J or move it down. It really don't matter. And you want to copy the Eclipse layer here. So it's kind of tricky doing this, so you want to just hold your shift key and just move it to the corner. Move it down and move it to the right. Move to the right. That's all you want to do. Here. And now you want to make this a soft light. Soft light. There we go, soft light. And you want to copy the Eclipse again. And you want to move it over. And you want to move this down. About the same size as that. And you want to do with this, you want to put this on overlay. So now you got two different type of background for your main picture, which is very good, people. Pretty cool. So you can definitely make your Eclipse here. I will call this Eclipse 2. You could just backspace and press Eclipse 2. I like to say, Eclipse 2, it don't matter. And Eclipse 3. Make sure you name your layers so you won't get confused and you know with each clip. So what you want to do is you want to control. Move my mic over a little bit because I'm hitting it. Sorry about that, guys. control here, and you want to put the 1, 2, clip 1, clip 2 and 3 under. You can even line them up if you want, but you want it behind the clip 1, so you won't have to worry about it overlapping. I'm sorry. So the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna bring a reference in so I know exactly step by step what we're gonna do. All right, so we can just move this one over here. Let's move it over. That's all we gotta do. So we added our eclipse, so we have our eclipse here. So the next thing we're gonna work on is we're gonna add a main background to it, and we're gonna work on our lines. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to work on our lines. So you can actually group these up. I would like to just copy Eclipse, Control L, or it's already copied. So you wanna hold shift, hold shift, hold shift, Control G, group it, and just call it Eclipse. So you have them all grouped together all at once, so you can definitely move them around and, you know, whatever. So the next thing you want to go to is line tool. The line tool is very simple and easy to do. What I like to do is I like to hold shift. It's very easy to do. So I'm going to make a different layer. So you want to hold shift around the tool and just dash it across. And do it again. Dash it across. And do it again. Dash it across. Or you can do it this way, guys. If you don't want to do separate shapes, if you don't want to do that, you can do it this way. Let me step back. Just have one line, step back. Okay. So now that you have one line, you can deteriorate the shape. But first you have to color it. So you want to go there and make sure it's white, which would be FFF, all F. Press OK. After you've done that, you want to geometric the line. So bam. Hold shift and hold your arrow key over, and you can move it up if you want. Hold it over, move it up if you want. So you got a nice lines. I want to move it up. I want to separate them. I don't have them too close. So you want to do the same thing and copy the layer, and you just want to move this one over too. Not too far over, just enough where you can make some room. Move it over here. So you want to hold shift, Control G, and we're gonna call this lines. Let me use capital letters. Lines part 1. Enter. So after you've done that, you want to copy the layer and you want to hold shift and move over. So you make like a double line feature. Then you want to hold shift again. You just want to move them both over so you can have a slashing line. So now you doubled up your lines. It looks pretty cool. We can zoom in if you can't see. We're going to make that come out a little bit more. I want to move the lines a little bit down because I think they're too long to the top. So what I'm going to do is our position tool, and we're going to just move them down just a little bit. Here. Right about there. That's a good one. I'll make them a little longer. I should make it a little shorter. Yeah, right about there. I'm gonna make this a little different. Right there. Right there should be fine. Perfect. So made our geometric eclipse. I'm gonna move it over just a little bit because it's irritating me. So yeah. Okay, we got our dashing line. So as you can see here, we got our dashing lines, and we're gonna add our basic Eclipse black greenish, like dark greenish background. So yeah, after we've done that, we add our dark greenish background. You can leave it at the line part 1. We can name this one line part 2. Part 2. And if you don't want your way to clean up everything, you can hold shift, Control G again, and just call it lines. There you go. So that cleans up that. All right. Cool thing about this is we can add a clip background. We can just open back up our Eclipse, which would be, I think, Eclipse 1, which would be that. And we just want to copy it. And we're going to call this Eclipse background. Eclipse background. Now, if you got this far, you're doing really good. So you want to go to your position tool and you just want to stretch it out. Get a little bit bigger. Just want to make sure it's big. And you want to put this layer under Eclipse 1. Sorry, under Eclipse 1. And if you can't really see, you can guide down the opacity for Eclipse from the Eclipse 1, so you'll be able to see Eclipse 2 for the background if you want to, so you can see what you're doing. So if you see that, you can see the background there. Just lower the Eclipse to see how big it is. So you get a good size right there. So perfect size, we made a good perfect size. Now the first thing we're going to do, we're going to open up our Eclipse tool and we're going to go to the green. And we're just going to go to a nice dark green, right about right there, which would be 062 FTC. Or you just want to press that. You can copy that if you want and put that in if you want and just press OK. So we got our nice, good greenish background. And what I like to do is lower the opacity and bring up the opacity if you want. If you want, it doesn't matter. So you can see here we kind of lowered our opacity so it looks more damp. So we're going to lower it a little bit more. So yeah, we got a nice background here. There we go. So now we got our nice background. It's pretty cool. So what I can say is we can add the picture just in case if you want, just to give it a little effect of what we're doing here. So we're going to go to our Eclipse 1 here and we're going to insert our picture just really quick so we can get that out the way so we don't have to worry about it. Unlock the layer, position it, and you can carry it over if you want and make sure it's there. Now you want to move it down to Eclipse 1 and you want to press Alt. You're gonna be inside of the Eclipse. You just want to bring it down to our size. Make sure it's a nice size. You can move it down with your arrow key to get a good precise position. And it's nice and beautiful. So yeah. All right, for your lines, you want to put your lines under the Eclipse so they won't be overlaying them. So now you got that effect where it's darks to lights. So yeah, pretty cool, right? All right, so the next thing we're going to work on, we got our picture in there, and the next thing we're going to work on is our dotted lines. So this is very easy to do. So you want to go to your Eclipse tool, which would be this, and you just want to copy the layer and make sure you move it up. You should have did this before, but make sure you hold Alt and connect the layer back into the picture. And all you want to do is go to your Eclipse tool, click on Eclipse, and you want to disorganize the fill, and you want to add a stroke, which would be a nice light green, and you want to go to your dots, and I would make it around 7. Now you want to go to your position tool and move it out just a bit, right there. Sorry about that. So now you want to go back to your shape. It takes a while to get used to, but once you start to get it, it's no problem. So you want to up the shape here, and that's too thick. So you want to bring it down like about, let's say about 5, and bring it down to about 3. I think 3 is a good size, but I'm gonna go to 2. 2 is a great size. So you want to hold your position tool and up your arrow to even everything out. Okay. Now you want to copy that layer again, and you want to resize it out again. You just want to position it. I'm gonna make a double circle. So there you go. Make sure it's positioned nice size in the circle. And press your position tool to apply. And you got you a nice double circle, as you see here. Now if you want to make the background a little bit bigger, you just go to the Eclipse background. Here, make the Eclipse background just a little bit bigger. Add apply. Use your arrow key to even everything out. Should be right about here. Perfect. So now everything is even, everything is perfect. We got a nice geometric design here. Everything's going great. So the next thing we're gonna work on is adding detail to our background. Pretty much got everything else done. So the first thing you wanna do is click on your background. You can name this background. Make sure you clean everything up to name everything. And you can call this Eclipse dotted lines. I'm going to say dot lines. Part 1. And Eclipse dot lines part 2. Now we got that all settled, so we don't have to worry about that in our Eclipse group folder. So we can close that folder out. We pretty much got our design and we got our lines completely done. So now we want to do is add our HD settings, which I like to call them. First, we're going to go down here and we're going to add brightness and contrast. We're going to add a little bit of brightness, just a little bit of contrast to bring the lights and darks out. The next thing we're going to add is curves. You want to go to linear contrast. And the next thing you want to go to is exposure. Just up the exposure a little bit and bring down the contrast a little bit. Just see what you can do. I got a nice deep depth and fill background. Now you want to call control and shift. You want to control G and call this HD settings. HD settings. Now we add our HD settings. Now what you want to do is apply image to our background too. So you want to make a new layer. And you want to go to image, apply image, and then merge all the layers into one layer. This is the last step, guys, so you definitely have to pay attention to this, and I'm going to go really in depth with this tool, which would be filter, camera raw, all these tools within Photoshop CC 2017. So now that we open up filter, now we're going to go a little bit more in depth with this because you want to see the background. So what we're going to do first is adding exposure. Now we get a nice lights to dark. So we're going to add our contrast for more deep depth. And we're going to up our highlights just a little bit. And we're going to bring down our shadows or up our shadows a little bit. And we're going to add our whites. We want to see where our whites begin, which will be back there. We just want to be able to see the fade. And we want to add our blacks. So our blacks will be around here. So, and this one makes the detail comes with it. We want to make sure we add a lot of clarity to it. So you can see the difference. Sure, add a lot of clarity. So you can see in every individual tree. Bring it down a little bit. That's perfect. Now we just want to add a vibrance to it. That brings out the picture in there. And I just want to add a saturation. It's more in depth with the background. Now we want to add our temperature. So we have sunlight. I want to add our tint here. Right about here. +7. And now you just want to press OK. Now you can see the depth and field here. So we zoom out. Now you can see the depth and field. So this is how you make a geometric Eclipse circle hipster background. So this is a great wallpaper that you can put in your background, phones or whatever. It's up to you. But this is a great, simple, simplistic background for you guys to try out. And you can use any type of picture that you want for the Eclipse. And also for the background, you can look that up on Google Images. Just look it up in Google search. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit all the links in the description below. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. Be a link in the description below. If you have any problems with the tutorial, make sure you hit me up in the comments, and I will definitely answer all the questions. I will definitely help you out to get the tutorial now more faster and easier. And also make sure you hit the link that's available on the screen and also on the side of the screen when you click the eye in the upper right hand corner. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out of here. Deuces.